it's Melanie. Welcome to my channel. Today I have my Merry Bookmas Readathon TBR as well as the rest of my December TBR. So stay tuned. So if you don't know, Merry Bookmas Readathon was created by myself and my friend Clint over at Reads Readers. This is our next round of SeasonAthon, which you can follow us at SeasonAthon on Twitter. And we're just so excited. We've gone bigger and better than ever before. And we have a really awesome special guest coming for our live show, which will be December 21st at 3 p.m. Eastern Time on my channel. And yeah, if you haven't gone and checked out that announcement video, I'll link that up here. Stop watching this, go check that out, and then come back. If you went away, welcome back. If not, well, let's just continue on. Okay, so I have 23 books here that I'd like to read in the month of December. I think I can do it. I'm not 100% sure. I'm gonna try my best. I have I don't know how many are for this readathon, but I have a good chunk extra as well, like 6 extra books or something. So the Merry Bookmas is for the entire month of December, but there's only 12 challenges. So I have at least 12 books. I think I have a lot more than 12 though, because one challenge I've got like 7 books. Or something like that. Okay, so the first challenge is a partridge in a pear tree. Read a book with a bird or fruit on the cover. And that can be a picture or word. And I decided to go with Bird Box by Josh Malerman. I've heard really good things about this and I want to read it. Challenge number 2 was Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, read a red book. And for that, I decided to go with The Afterlife of Holly Chase by Cynthia Hand because, well, it's a Christmassy book. It's about a Scrooge that doesn't change. Well, it's a girl named Holly who was an Ebenezer Scrooge pretty much. And she didn't change her ways. And then she died and became one of the ghosts. And this is kind of her story on how that went. And I think it sounds really cute. And it's hard to tell in this light that there is red on the cover. It goes around here. There's little bits of red around it. So yes, this is what I want to read for that. Okay, so challenge number 3 is Last Bookmas. Give an author a second chance. So for that, I'm going to read The Silhouette by, what's his name? William Ray Middleton Jr. This was a book that was sent to me by the author. I got a little over 50 pages into it and I DNF'd it. But I want to give it a second chance. There's a lot of people I know that have really liked it, so I want to try and continue it. Challenge number 4 is I have a little dreidel, read a book that involves a game, and for that I decided to actually read one of my ARCs, and I'm reading Throw Like a Girl by Sarah Henning, because, well, it's about football, which is a game. Oh, and this comes out in January of 2020. So perfect time to read it in December. Okay, so challenge number 5 is I'll be home for Bookmas. Read a book in your favorite cozy spot at home. And, well, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 books that I could possibly read for my next challenge. That I could just pick one of those to read in my favorite cozy spot, which is actually here in my library. I have a day bed, And I've got like this cozy back pillow that has like the little armrest. I've got fluffy blankets. And it's lovely, and it is my favorite spot to like cozy up and read. So that is where I will be reading probably one of these. So the next challenge, challenge number 6, is Baby It's Cold Outside, Read a Cozy Read. So for that, we kind of said that you could either read one of those technical cozy mysteries or whatever, or you could just read a book that you want to cozy up with, something that's like soft and sweet and just fluffy. So that's kind of where these 7 come in. It's actually an entire series, and I just want to binge read it all. So we have The Mother-Daughter Book Club by Heather Vogel Frederick. And these are cute because they're kind of, well, it's not really a retelling, but in a way there's like aspects of a retelling in it. They sound really cute. So this one's kind of inspired by Little Women. And then book 2, which is Much Ado About Anne, and it's Anne of Green Gables. Then you've got Dear Pen Pal, which is Daddy Longlegs. Pies and Prejudice, which Pride and Prejudice. Home for the Holidays, which I don't know that there's any particular one book that this follows. I don't think so. But pretty much the reason why I wanted to go with this series, because it's light and fluffy and there's a holiday one. And I might as well go ahead and finish the series. So we have Wish You Were Ear or Air, which Jane Eyre. And then Mother-Daughter Book Camp, which I think, like the Christmas one, it doesn't really have a retelling, like a book that goes along with it. So these are my cozy books. Okay, so challenge number 7 is All I Want for Christmas Is You. Read a romance or a book that involves a friendship. So for that, I am reading the graphic novel Sanity and Tallulah by Molly Brooks. And, well, it's about these 2 friends, Sanity and Tallulah. And they live, like, on a space station. And I think this will be a quick read. And I need a couple of quick reads for reading 23 books. So challenge number 8 is Happy Kwanzaa. Read a diverse read. That could be race, religion, sexuality, mental health, whatever is diverse to you. And for that, I picked Saints and Misfits by S.K. Ali. I believe this is about a Muslim girl, I want to say from Pakistan. Not entirely sure. But this fit perfect, and I've heard really good things about it. So for challenge number 9, that was Dance of the Sugar Plum Fairies. You could either read a classic or a fantasy, or bonus points if you read a classic fantasy. And I decided to kind of go with a classic fantasy and read Peter Pan by J.M. Barrie. Challenge number 10 is Do You Hear What I Hear? Read an overhyped book. And for that, I decided to go with one I'm really excited for too. That is A Curse So Dark and Lonely by Bridget Kimmerer. And by overhyped, it doesn't necessarily mean it's getting more hype than it deserves. It's just that I've heard a lot about it. And I'm so excited for it because I also have the sequel in an arc. And I'm ready to read that too. But I didn't add it to this TBR because I already have a big enough TBR. Challenge number 11 was Frosty the Snowman. Read a book with a little bit of magic. And for that, I got this big old book here. This is actually a book for Xander and I to read together. We've been reading this series. If you've been following me, you know exactly which book I'm going to talk about now. And that is Keeper of the Lost Cities, Nightfall. Because this is the 6th book, I think, in the Keeper of the Lost Cities series. think it's the 6th. So Xander and I have been reading one of these every month, and this is the last one I have. Unfortunately, there's still like 2 more books. One came out in 2018 and one came out in 2019, and I don't have either one of those books, so I don't know what I'm going to do after December. But Xander and I have been absolutely loving these. They're so good, and this is the next one we need to read. And it absolutely has magic. They're all like elves, and yeah. And challenge number 12 was, I want to wish you a Merry Bookmas. And for that, it was to read the group book. And the group book is The Chaos of Standing Still by Jessica Brody. And yes, Jessica Brody is going to be a special guest on our live show where we're going to discuss the book, and she's going to answer questions. And I'm sure she'll answer questions about her other books as well. But yay, so excited. And this just seemed like the perfect group book because there's like snowflakes all over it. There was also a bonus challenge, but that wasn't a reading challenge, so it didn't add a book to my TBR. These books are all Christmassy books that I want to read because December's really the only time I'm going to end up reading any Christmas books. So I tend to go and like pull every Christmas book I have off my shelf so that I can read as many of them as possible. So the Christmas books that I have here, the first one is not like a warm, cozy, fluffy, Christmassy read. No, it looks kind of like a nightmare. And it's The Krampus Chronicles, The Three Sisters. And this is about these kids who both think that their like great-grandparents or whatever were the original authors of this famous holiday poem, 'Twas the Night Before Christmas. And they end up going to this hidden village under New York City called Popple, where they end up meeting the three sisters, and they're faced with all these challenges and stuff, and they end up meeting Krampus, which is like this menacing creature. So yeah, it seems interesting. This was something I found at McKay's for like $1, and I was just like, okay, cool. Christmassy read that's kind of spooky. Okay, the rest I think are all like light and fluffy Christmassy reads. We have The Gift of a Charm by Melissa Hill, and I think this is about a girl who has gotten these charms every year from some anonymous person, and it represents something important that's gone on in her life that year, and she knows how important charm bracelets are to people, and then she finds somebody's that they've left it in a coat pocket, and she ended up with their coat or so, I don't know. But she goes on this adventure trying to find this person, and yeah, that's what that is about. Then we have Carols and Chaos by Cindy Anstey, and this is in which the Yuletide season includes mistletoe and mayhem in equal measure, and it's set in England 1817. And then we have It Must Be Christmas by Jennifer Cruz, Donna Allward, and Mandy Baxter, and these are 3 holiday stories. It says red, green, and hot all over. So we've got like 3 romance stories in here. We have Hot Toy, Christmas at Seashell Cottage, and Christmas with the Billionaire Rancher. Then we have Xmas by Kate Bryan. This is a love to hate story. So this is about a 17-year-old girl named Lila whose little brother Cooper is absolutely obsessed with Christmas and learns about the ice caps melting and global warming and all of that, and so he's on a mission to save Santa and tries to go to the North Pole. And then Lila has to team up with her ex-boyfriend or something to try to find her brother. And next we have Lila Payne, Mistletoe and Mr. Right. 2 stories of holiday romance. I mean, this looks like a Lifetime movie right there. So we have, one of the stories is Mistletoe and Mr. Right, and the other is Sleigh Bells and Second Chances. So yeah, those are all 23 books that I would like to read in the month of December. Fingers crossed that I could get all of those done. That would be awesome. Have you read any of these books? Did you like them? Did you not? Comment down below and let me know. Well, I hope you guys join us for this readathon. I'm super excited. And make sure you're following us at SeasonAthon on Twitter. And you join us for the live show here on my channel on December 21st at 3 p.m. Eastern time. And that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, give me a big thumbs up. If you'd like to see more videos like this, click that subscribe button down below. And until next time, remember to always be completely you. Bye!